I messed up.
You're on the board.
I'm not on the board.
You're on the board.
We didn't start.
You're on the board.
I actually didn't catch it here, so no, I'm not.
Dang it.
Almost got me.
Oh, I'm going to win today, too. I'm going 3 for 3.
Fool me once, shame on you.
I don't know. I'm
Fool
a little...
me twice, won't get fooled again.
Your impressions are wonderful.
Ah, yes. It is Parentally Unprepared. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Krista.
And we are both very parentally unprepared.
So much so.
It's episode 11, week 18. My goodness.
Yay!
Kind of amazing, right?
We're almost halfway there, dude.
We're getting there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of getting nervous.
Yeah.
I'm not getting nervous. I'm actually getting excited.
Oh, I'm so nervous. You can get nervous so I don't feel so nervous, please.
Get nervous with me, please.
Please, I need a friend.
Let's see. I didn't have my notes up. All right, there we go.
Get your notes, son.
Get your notes. Guys, welcome in.
Why you got all these pads in front of me? I'm not
because you never
notes.
know when you might need to make a note. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pads right at hand's length.
I make fun of you, but my desk looks the exact same way.
So I got a bone to pick with you, actually, right off the bat.
No, I don't even know what this is.
Why are you feeding my unborn daughter ghost pepper icing Dunkin Donuts?
I'm sorry. Didn't you try to hand me 5 different increasing in heat hot sauces this week?
This is beside the point.
You tried to give me some of the last dab from hot ones this week, and I went, no, thank you.
That was a test, and you passed that test.
Oh, okay.
And you immediately failed when you brought home
a ghost pepper donut.
Ghost pepper donut
that you said was a gimmick and wasn't even that hot. So, which is what I knew going into it, because what nationwide fast food chain is going to try to actually hurt their customers and get sued? None. So I knew we were fine.
Look, let's set aside the fact that it wasn't any more spicy. It was actually less spicy than a stick of Big Red gum, but
pretty much, yeah.
The intent was there, and I'm watching you.
You're watching me.
I'm keeping an eye on you.
I told you, I'm smart. I thought this through. It's fine.
Did you think it through?
Mm-hmm. I'm a little hopped up on sugar right now, though, so I'm like nervous.
Yeah, we're both like, hey, oh.
Yeah. I'm kind of nervous. I'm going to lose the game today because I'm like, but I've got a sugar mouth, so things might just fly.
You're crazy.
How many donuts do we eat? At least 2 apiece, right?
Probably 2.5. Yeah, easy. Easy talk.
Yeah, we were going to have like eggs and chorizo this morning, and then it was like, no, I think I want a donut.
So last week, the podcast was brought to you by Publix, because we mentioned Publix like a million times. So this week, it's Dunkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love our
Prager's
sponsors.
run on Dunkin.
I love our sponsors.
They're great. They're great. If only they would be giving us money, it would be even better, right?
I mean, you know what? I support their product regardless.
Give me a free dozen, Dunkin. That's all I'm asking for.
Hell, I'll take a half dozen.
You know what? I'll take 1 free cold brew coffee a week.
Well, they got to make it cold brew, not just iced.
Yeah, I don't want iced coffee. I can tell the difference, and I think that's what they gave me today.
I think that's what they gave us today, too.
Yeah. I can tell when coffee's been hot brewed.
Yeah.
You
get that burnt flavor.
You sonzas. Yeah, so we're in week 18. And we've been busy in the nursery this weekend.
I love our nursery. It's coming along so well.
If you follow us on Twitter at @PUnpreparedPod, you can see 3 lovely pictures of myself trapped inside a crib.
He boxed himself in a corner.
I boxed myself in, but luckily we realized it pretty quick.
Yeah, I decided to let him out because I needed his muscle to finish.
But we got the crib set up. We don't have a crib mattress yet.
No,
so
we didn't realize that the crib didn't come with that, but we should have, because we normally are smart people.
First time parents. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Yeah.
How dare I expect the thing that the thing is for to be there?
Our crib is a crib changing table combo that supposedly should follow her through older years and like convert to a full-size bed. But then we also got the directions out and realized, oh, it doesn't come with like a frame that's convertible. So it's just the headboard for a full-size bed later.
What's it called? The Graco what? The Graco
4-in-1 something or another. I don't know.
4-in-1. What?
Convertible. I don't know.
4-in-1
Dude, Graco crib. Yeah. 4-in-1.
The Benton, that's what it is. It's the Graco Benton 4-in-1 convertible crib.
So you got the drawers? No, it's not, because that one doesn't have the changing table. It's a Target one, or it's at Target. It's obviously Graco, but
yeah. All right. Well.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so it gives us a changing table, some storage, a crib. Eventually, it'll turn into a little day bed for her. And then
a headboard, like it like the big portion of it will turn into a headboard she could actually attach a bed frame to.
Yeah, and we have a queen size bed that was in that room before that a friend of mine's borrowing indefinitely now, and that's kind of our move when she gets a little older. But obviously, we can't put a 5-year-old in a queen size bed, so it'll be a good intermediary step.
Right. Okay, here it is. It's the Graco Benton 4-in-1 convertible crib and changer. Mm-hmm. So it is the Benton. It's just the Benton with the drawers on the side. With extras. Yeah. So we got it in black.
It looks so good.
It looks great.
Our room, our
we're raising a goth baby. I don't know.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
It's gonna be a Lydia Dietz, a very small Lydia Dietz.
You did one named her. No, never mind.
No,
I'm sorry. But. Yeah, it's cool though. Like
you pulled back hard on that.
I did. I thought about it and I was like, "Oh, don't do that." But yeah, we like our whole nursery is kind of Peru themed, and I think it's really cool. Like because we got some Peruvian furs and a lot of stuff. Like
you got to print out. You're gonna print out some art today.
Yeah,
it's gonna go into frames you got already.
Yep, I got some frames last week for super cheap. Thank goodness.
You actually found a llama mobile that wasn't like $120.
Oh god, man, Etsy was impressive. Like their mobiles, their handmade mobiles are beautiful and impressive. But I
respect you, but my wallet don't.
Yeah, no, my wallet respects you, which is why I won't waste your time by asking for anything. But yeah, their mobiles were like $160, and they are lovely. But we on a budget, so
yeah, we're balling on a budget. It's really it really gets out of hand quick. I mean, we kind of part of this weekend was also you sat down and added 400 something items to a registry. We'll get there. But I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, she just like kind of went through willy nilly, and we set up a baby list. Which lets you put items from any website on it. And we're going to pare it down from there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going to not have 400 something items.
Yeah, that 400 items includes like every tummy time activity board that I thought looked cute. Mm-hmm. So like 20 of those. And like every stroller I was considering. So 30 of those. And it's not sweating, so it won't hurt.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
It's not cold. Jeremy's worried about his table that he hand built and thinks I'm going to ruin it.
Don't ruin my table.
Mm-hmm.
But just got to pass this down to the baby at some point.
What, with holes all in it for your wires?
Yeah. Hey, she might be a podcaster. She might be a gamer.
Don't put that evil on me.
She's going to be a podcaster and gamer.
Don't put that evil on me.
I'm going to be so overbearing about it.
No, you know.
Put on these headphones.
No.
Talking to this microphone.
No, I'm going to make her whatever you don't like. I can't even think of it right now, but I'm going to figure it out.
No, see, I already know how to do this. I'm just going to make her stay out of this room. Oh. Nope, you're not allowed in here. Nope. Nope. Girls don't broadcast, sorry.
I will come across this damn table at you. You about made me get on the board.
I was about to say, I was prodding for her to get on the board. I've lost 2 weeks in a row.
But
also, I say that as a female is broadcasting with me right now. So
yeah, on essentially your show about me being pregnant.
Our show about us being pregnant. I am showing right now. Okay,
your show.
I am as pregnant as you. Okay.
Have you gained any sympathy weight?
No, actually, I've pretty much stayed where I've been. But I mean, I feel jiggly. I feel a lot more jiggly. I don't know why.
Well, I got hurt twice. like in 2 weeks. So we haven't done the walking that we normally do.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get back to that this week.
I think
That'd
so.
be great.
I think so. My foot's feeling a little better. I think if I have like a proper shoe on and maybe like ace bandage it, we might be okay for maybe not a full like 3 or 4 miles, but like a shorter walk.
Yeah. So we were talking about the registry, and you were talking about you put a bunch of stuff on there that you want to pare down before I interrupted with my daydream.
Sorry. It's just I just did it that way so I could gather my thoughts, because it's hard
There's a lot of stuff. Man.
Yeah, when you're looking at Target and Bye Bye Baby and Amazon, which Amazon, I'm not a huge fan of them at all, but I'll tell you, I'm at a desperate point in my life, and they kept suggesting things that I forgot you need for babies. Like every time I added something to the baby registry, they were like, you might like these things. And I was like, you're damn right I do. I need that and that. And then... And also, like
Jeff Bezos is like, yes.
Oh, he's looking at my like $9,000 baby.
The baby.
Yeah, and
laughs in billions of cash.
No, we're going to reduce this thing by like 20% of what it is, most likely. But I just threw everything that looked like we might, because our house couldn't fit everything that's on that registry right now.
Right.
But I just did everything that looked like it might be appealing to us and a kid we might have one day, and threw it on there. And today is my day to pare it all down. Like there's onesies and bows and like dresses and all kinds of stuff on there. So it's fun. So many toys. It was so much fun getting to the toy part of the registry. Like I got through all the things she's gonna need, like mattress pads and waterproof changing table covers and like spit up bibs and like passies and like all that stuff that you're just like, okay, I need, these are the necessities. These are like wipes and diapers and blah blah blah, and diaper rash cream and any other thing I could think of. And then I found toys, and I was like, oh, this is where it gets fun. She's gonna be so much fun with toys for at least like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
Can I take that collar off?
I'll take it off. Okay. Go ahead.
So we got a couple of years of her just being like with light up, just amazement toys, and I can't wait.
I was really happy about Baby List. I think that is probably your best bet, so you're not stuck just funneling your money. Sorry, I just caught the dog. She walked by. I was like, aha! I was about to get up and go take this collar off because it's got the jingly tags. Jingly no more. But like,
she's very happy now. She can't stand that thing.
I don't like the idea of funneling all the cash into one place, and also I like giving people the option.
Well, Baby List too also gives you the prices at every different store, so you
can pick one.
Yeah, if you're just like, okay, I'm going by best price only. Like it's the same product, just sold by different stores too.
And that's really helpful because.
And I only added things from Bye Bye Baby, Amazon, and Target. It still gave me pricing at Pottery Barn Kids, Walmart, and a couple other places too. Well,
and the other thing about that is, I mean, sometimes if you put all your eggs into the basket of one registry, they might not have the product that someone else has. And then you're talking about, okay, well, I'm going to do multiple registries in case, and then you're going to overwhelm. I mean, you got to really, when you're thinking about this, like if you're out there, you're thinking about becoming a parent or you are getting ready to work on a registry, like think about the fact that people want as simple as possible. They want to go to one place. Mm-hmm. They want to shop from one, they want to see everything in one place, because as soon as and this is just from social media marketing for, podcasting or selling a product, you want to make it as simple as possible for people to get to the goal. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be one link, not 4 or 5.
Well, and the registry for us is a huge help only because we have so much family that's not where we live. Mm-hmm. Like family and friends.
Even family that is where we live, we're not going to see them during this pregnancy.
And not very much at all. And so not only do we have people that are at a long distance, we're doing all this during a pandemic where we don't get to see each other even more. Mm-hmm. And we've had people asking us for the registry since like week 11. I'm like, guys, I just got it through my head. I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Well, our plan is to by the time we record next time, we've got the registry sent out.
Oh, I think I'm going to try to have it done by today, honestly, because we have a lot of other things on our plate, and once I get that done, I will feel a lot better.
Yeah, and we can send it around. Now, here's something I thought about: like, how are we distributing this? Are we just emailing links, or are we actually going to, are we sending announcements? I don't think we're doing that, are we? How do people normally get it out there?
Well, normally you send a registry when you do
Baby shower.
Okay. And we're going to probably do a digital baby shower. At that time, we'll send it to the people that we would invite to a digital baby shower. We're probably going to do a digital one because your stepmom was talking to me about what I wanted to do for a shower, and almost everyone I would invite from my side of the family would have to drive a minimum of 2 hours to get here, and that's minimum. Like many of them have to drive even more. So I'm not going to make them drive that far to do a drive-through baby shower, and an in-person one's just not safe right now for a large gathering like we would probably have,
especially in a state that's got a lot of
COVID cases
going on,
and we have a lot of people that are high risk, including me,
grandparents,
so cancer survivors, just a lot of stuff going on, and lots of kids in high school amongst that same population. So.
And we talked about it last week. Their version of careful is not necessarily our version of careful sometimes.
And that's not even intentional. They just
you just don't know.
You just don't realize what you're doing.
I'm sure there's things we're doing that aren't careful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like going to get a ghost pepper donut.
I wore a mask. I used hand sanitizer. I washed my hands. When I got home, I went through the drive-thru. I tried.
I know. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, and we can't go crazy, obviously, like holing ourselves up in our fort, but I mean, at the same time, we have to try to be careful about big gatherings when we can. So with that, we're probably going to do a Zoom call and do a digital shower. And maybe for our second kid, we can do it all in person. I don't know.
We'll see.
If we have a second kid, we'll see. My anxiety's been getting to me this week. So, well, I think my anxiety was getting to me last week, too.
I'm willing to bet that you will be much more relaxed if a second kid happens, because all the unknown stuff will be out of the way. You'll be like, oh, that's what childbirth is like. Oh, this is what this feeling is. Like right now, you're kind of like,
how bad is it going to hurt?
Right. Well, or like something like one of your round ligaments will move and you'll be like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. We were chasing the dogs yesterday and I caught Bonnie. Like she was being a little jerk and she was trying to run away from me. And I caught her, but I kind of tackled her a little bit. Like I didn't fall down, but I dropped to my knees and grabbed her. And I didn't hurt myself doing that or anything, but I kind of stayed bent over, holding her tight for a minute. And then I just suddenly stood up and all those little round ligaments were like, don't do that. Don't do that.
She can't help but be active.
I'm trying to slow down, I promise.
She sees red. She's just like, all right, I got to grab this dog now.
We have 3 dogs. If you want me to stop being active, send 2 of them to puppy jail for a few days. I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, it's the unknowns are definitely getting me. And I think if a second kid came about, I'd have a little more, I might have explained this on the podcast last week, but it's I've had plenty of bad injuries before, things that hurt really bad, but I didn't have 6 months to look forward to them.
Right. They just kind of happened, right?
Yeah, you just deal with it in the moment, but having several months to think about it is sometimes a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, here, I just see the ticking clock to my nethers exploding.
Yeah, and I have people that are that I'll explain that to, and they tell me I'm going to be fine, which is great and super
a lot of
helpful.
Them have already gone through the process, and they probably realized, I was probably a little too anxious about it.
Yeah,
how much more relaxed are your friends that are having a second child? And
not all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I've got one friend who's having a second child, and she keeps telling me how much she's freaking out. I was talking to my therapist, and she was like, what about your friend that's going through this with you? Can you talk to her about that? I was like, she's not the one to talk to this about. we're helping each other through this anxiety right now. It's not somebody carrying someone through it right now.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a complicated.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. So,
but a lot of people who are telling me I'm going to be fine, they'll start with that, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I do need to hear that. And then they'll be like, so let me tell you the horror story about it. And I'm like, no, stop where you were. Stop
so-and-so that went through this. Yeah. She's blind in one eye now. You're like, what? How do you do that?
My grandmother started telling me about her mother last night. And I was back when you had enough kids that some of them would survive. Yeah. And I was like, Nana, I can't talk about this now.
Just in case the cholera takes a couple of them.
God. And I knew she was trying to tell me something that was important to her. And I was like, we're going to have to table this discussion for 9 months from now. Once we make it out of the early stages and I can check her breathing and she's doing good in the crib or the bassinet every night and everything. So Yeah, it's a lot. There's just a lot. And I think I was telling my therapist this week about all my anxiety, and I think that was like the thing I said the most. I was like, it's just a lot. I said it 27 times.
It's a bunch of things all at once. And kind of what we were talking about, to kind of loop back around when we were setting up the nursery and kind of getting things ready, we were just kind of like, man, if there is going to be a second kid, you do it quicker. Yeah, I mean, you do it quickly, so you already have the stuff.
Yeah.
You already have the stuff in place, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you were saying, like, or about to say, I'm guessing, we're a little older. I mean, we don't have that much time. So
yeah, well, you got plenty of time. You can have them till you're 90, but
that's right.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So much. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to think about. See, I said it again.
That's going to be the name of this episode. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
But yeah.
Let me reach for one of my 4 pads of paper so I can write that down. Because I forget things because I'm old.
I do love our nursery though. Like, it's got so much cool personal stuff in it. Like, it's got my toy chest from when I was a kid. It's got the rug you used to play on at your grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's got the rocking chair that both my brothers were rocked in when they were born.
Are we keeping that monogram there?
I mean, unless if you want to get another cover for that chair, it's expensive.
Your stepmom loves the monogram.
She
I'm just
does.
saying.
But I don't think she's going to monogram a whole like rocking chair cover. Like, and this is a.
She just needs to monogram. You know those little things you lay over the back.
Yeah,
She just needs to monogram a little square that would lay over, kind of like I call them chair bibs.
Yeah,
but you see them on Lazy Boys, so basically you don't ruin the chair with the oil from your head.
Yes.
Yeah. She could do something like that.
She could do something like that. Yeah. It's got my maiden last name monogram on it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We want to change that.
Yeah.
Because, we can't really reveal too much, but
yeah,
it could. The letter could stand for first and last name. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Of the baby.
That's fair. That's fair. I didn't think about it. Yeah, because we did that totally accidentally.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's fun to get in there and see it evolve. Like, it feels weird now to walk around the corner and now there's a crib in there. Like, before there was just a regular bed because it was a guest room. We had a friend come by this past week and pick up the bed, and it's actually eventually going to be our daughter's bed.
Yeah.
But she just bought a house, so she needed to fill some of her guest room. So we were like, you know what? Hang on to this for a few years.
Yeah, we got zero storage. If you totally need a guest bed, here you go.
But we want it back.
Yeah,
made it clear
because it was my bed as a preteen and teenager. So like, it's very cool and gothic and brass and
we
black.
want to harbor the same nightmares for our child. It's going to be great,
dude. I was totally going to buy her an antique gothic crib, and then I thought better of the safety ratings on it.
Well, and we've also talked to people and watched videos and reviews of people who are just like, we barely use the crib. They use the pack and play more than they use the crib.
Yeah.
But I plan on using the crib.
I plan on using it too. We've got a pack and play on the registry that's got a bassinet and a changing table in it. So that's probably going to be mostly what we use for the first couple months, 3 months, however long they're supposed to be in a bassinet. And however long you got to take to get them on the right sleep schedule, so you're not up and down into a whole nother room and all that stuff. But
are there, if I could bring out my southeastern trashy side, are there baby waterbeds?
Probably. Good God, you threw me for a loop with that question.
Baby waterbeds.
No,
I had a waterbed as a kid.
I did too. It was awful.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. Did you have one of the like sunken like ones, or did you have the water top mattress?
No, it was one of the sunken ones. So it had like the
a pool in a bed.
Yeah, pretty much. It had the leather upholstered edges with the padding.
That's so 80s.
Oh man, and like the headboard had like the headboard. I had a regular headboard. My parents, when I was a kid, had the headboard with all the storage and the cabinets and stuff behind
Chuck had that. My stepdad had that.
Yeah.
And he kept that waterbed till the day he passed. Like he loved it.
Yeah. I mean, some people really did. I just remember my parents complaining it was terrible for their back.
Mm-hmm. And it was
terrible for their back. And now for a kid, it's probably actually kind of fun.
I had the water top mattress. So
I don't know how that works.
it's basically a normal mattress, and then you have like a big water like bladder on top of it. So it's not as movie as the poolside mattress, but it gives you a little bit of the wave.
Man, who do you know? Like, I don't know anybody that still has a waterbed. Like those things went away completely
Because they're awful for your back.
I don't know. I kind of want to give my kid a waterbed.
No, I don't.
I kind of want to give my kid a
Why?
waterbed. Just because I think it's a fun thing to do with your childhood.
No. No, we'll give her a pool. How about that?
See, the whole time
she can go to grandpa's and go to the pool.
The whole time, Krista would just be very paranoid that there's going to spring a leak and damage the house.
I would just be like, I don't feel like making an insurance claim, so we're not getting one of those stupid things.
Every time a toilet's flushed in the house, she's like, you hear that? What is that?
Is it going to flood the house?
Do we need to check the subfloor?
Every time a light flickers, I'm like, is it going to burn down? Like,
and that's another thing we were talking about yesterday that we're actually getting done because we live in kind of an older house.
Yeah.
Not the oldest by any means, but I mean,
It's about 50, 60 years old.
Yeah, it was built in the 70s, right? So it's one of those things where we're getting the electricity checked out, the electric. We're going to get an electrician in here. We want them to check, just check the wiring in general. Is everything looking up to code? Is everything? Well,
It sounds like we're like super paranoid parents, but we've been noticing flickering a little bit. So we're like, all right, we got to get this checked out.
well, that and the fact that just times change and, you never know we were talking about doing it before we even got pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were wanting to get that done just because you don't want your house to burn down.
Well,
just because you didn't check something out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got too much time invested in remodeling this.
She's on the board.
Dang it.
At 26 minutes, she is on the board. My goodness.
You should get me talking about home repairs, and I'm going to get there.
All right. I'm winning so far.
Oh.
Look at that. My side of the board is very clear.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that. There's also a...
Hello, baby.
Ooh, someone's gassy.
Hello, fur baby. You just pooped.
Oh, my God. Someone's really gassy.
Might be Ty.
What are you doing? Gross.
All these dogs need baths.
I'm turning on a fan.
That's Ty. Oh, God, it got over here.
Yeah.
Ty.
The fan is on.
Oh, God, that's god awful. It won't go away.
What's wrong with these dogs?
So much.
There's so much stuffing coming out of that stuffed animal over there.
Oh, no. You killed the llama.
She's starting to figure out how to pull things out.
Are you sure it wasn't him playing it with it?
Dude, I've caught her with so much stuffing in her mouth lately.
Let me go pull it up real quick.
All right. But so we're getting the electric checked out. We're getting the plumbing checked out. We have a shower that has a small leak and we don't know where it's coming from. So we're gonna get that checked. And man, that fart smell is very distracting. It's very distracting.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Put that thing on oscillate.
Oscillation?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get
I got her a Christmas llama and she beheaded it.
She's beheaded the llama.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get all that stuff checked out, and I think it's important. Like maybe if you live in an older house, that might be a good move for any parent to get that stuff checked out because, I mean, it can't cost a lot for someone to come in and take a look at your wiring and
plumbing. Like, we've got a couple toilets that just make weird noises, so we're gonna have those checked out. But
and you head off problems before they're expensive.
When you're
probably not gonna have a whole lot of money if, say, a water pipe bursts and.
I mean, and that's normally things that are covered by insurance, but like you got deductibles, you got other things that add up, like it just, and also just the headache of it all. Like, yeah, they can reimburse you money, but it still takes time and your house gets torn up fixing things and nobody wants that to happen when a newborn's around. Like
you want like.
Who wants industrial fans drying out your subfloor when you got a kid there?
Yeah, you don't want their first memories to be. But that and the fact that we would like to get to a point, at least this is us, we would like to get to a point where we have our minds at ease about the passive things we're wondering about with the house, and we can focus all things on enjoying having a newborn.
Yeah, that's a long time away. We need windows. We got to redo carpets. We got all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, we got other things to do, but I mean, I'm just talking about things that can immediately go wrong.
Oh yeah.
And immediately cause damage. So, we were thinking about all that. We were just kind of, it was neat because we like as the nursery comes together, we're visualizing. Okay, this is becoming a little more real. Like it's.
Once we got the crib,
a little overwhelming, but like in a good way.
Yeah. Once we got the crib together, it was like you stand over it and you realize like, okay, my child will be like reaching up for me to grab them from inside this thing eventually. Like,
yeah. Crazy,
like,
right?
I'll be doing mom moves at this changing table. Like, it's so wild.
We also figured out we're actually going to do something that's not the diaper genie.
Yeah, there's a thing called the Ubi Steel pail, Ubi Steel diaper pail or whatever, and we did a couple YouTube reviews on it, and it seems like people prefer it because it holds the smell better and it's a little more streamlined looking, and you can use normal trash bags instead of the diaper genie trash bags.
Yeah, instead of the diaper genie trash bags, and it's got an airtight seal, which the diaper genie does not.
Yeah.
And
well, the diaper genie's made of plastic too, and everybody was saying that kind of holds the smell of diapers, like dirty diapers.
Yeah, it gets plastic, as you know, as you might know, absorbs sometimes the material that's in. Have you ever cooked a leftover spaghetti in a Tupperware and you see that it just pulls in that oil and you can't wash it out? It's just an orange Tupperware afterwards. Mm-hmm. It's like that with smells, and that's people who we watched a few videos of people who put them side by side. Had multiple kids, and they were like, by far, the Ubi Steel is amazing.
Yeah,
a little pricey, but I mean,
it's normally, it seems like it's running about $80, where the diaper genie's like 30 or 40.
But then you got to buy the liners. Exactly, and they said you save $50 in like the first 6 months by just using normal trash bags. It's crazy.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to not having a smelly nursery. It's going to be great.
Great. Yes. Because we have 3 dogs, and we are both we try to be extremely conscious of smell because we know nose blindness exists. And
even still, I think we're still a little nose blind.
I think we are too. Like I think we shampoo our carpets more than any person I've ever met. Like, and we only have carpet in the basement. Like, yeah. But.
Well, we've all been to that. We've all been to that friend or family's house where they're very nose blind, and you're kind of like, whoa. Yeah,
when you wanted to get a cat at one point, and I was terrified. I was like, because I love cats, but litter boxes are just the worst thing ever. And
I know there are people who are successful with litter boxes. I've been to people's houses that have cats, and you can't tell. You can't tell, but that takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
that takes a ton of work.
Yeah.
Whereas dogs, they do take work. You do have to bathe them and stuff, but for the most part, you just let them outside. Well, they do their business and they come back in.
And I will say, it depends on the dog, because like we've even had clean dogs that just happen to smell worse than the other dogs.
Oh yeah,
like so.
One of the dogs we're taking care of right now.
Yeah.
In fact,
yeah,
is like that. It's just
that's a medical issue though. I just mean like when they're perfectly healthy, they just get smelly quicker. Like
because based on how they play, based on because dogs, what do? They play with mouths, so they
spit,
play bite, they lick each other like, and next thing you know, especially with our Boston Terrier, she'll go up and just. It's not as bad of a problem because her teeth aren't bad like our old Boston Terrier was, but
yeah,
our old Boston Terrier would lick, bathe everybody in the house, like she's mothering everyone, and then make them smell terrible.
So basically, we're trying to keep the house as smelly free as possible.
Trying.
It is a constant battle.
Right now, someone's working against us in this room. Someone in this room is working against us.
Did it happen again?
No, it's still lingering. I think it's just stuck in my nose. It's just stuck in my nose.
Oh.
We're gonna have to keep Vicks Vapor Rub on the changing table, so I can just put like a detective, just put a little under the nose when I'm changing diapers.
Yeah, you're gonna need something.
I am very sensitive to smells.
I love you, and it's gonna hit you bad.
Well, you're kind of getting a dose of it during pregnancy. You've got superhero smells right now.
Yeah, everything smells super strong to me right now. But
because you'll be like, what is that? I'm like, me being super sensitive to smells. I'm just kind of like, I don't smell it. She's like, it smells like someone farted. Like, I don't smell it.
What was it I was smelling yesterday? And you were like, your superhero smells acting up again. I can't even remember. Was it the cheese on the pizza or something?
It was something. Yeah, we ordered pizza last night, and you were kind of like you were like it stinks. I'm like, it smells like pizza. I don't know.
It tasted wonderful, but it had a weird off cheese smell, and I was like, I don't know about this. But it turned out okay.
Well, and you were even noticing, like, so I imagine this is because your pheromones change while you're pregnant, but you're like even you have your own smell, like you were like, even my own smell like is different.
It is, yeah. Like I've noticed,
but it's not different to me. Like I get close to you. I think it's just that I think your olfactories just change while you're pregnant.
Well, yeah, like I think so too. But I feel like my general smell is just completely different than it normally is right now, and it has been since the first month or two of pregnancy. I've noticed it, and like just everything's different. Like I was telling you the other day, like my body feels very foreign right now, and I'm just now starting to show, but like all the other changes that are happening are cool. Like not having a problem with the way I look or anything, because I still feel like I look pretty good. Which is I'm happy about, and I know that's not going to last for the rest of this time.
Enjoy it. The clock's counting down.
Yeah, like I've had plenty of pregnant friends, and I know this is a fleeting moment, but like right now I'm okay with it all. But it, even knowing like these changes are like knowing what these changes are from, I'm still like my body feels alien to me right now.
Right.
Like my boobs are different. My organs are in different places. Like when I do motions that I normally could do, everything feels different in my like midsection and stomach. Like,
yeah.
So it's strange. It's very strange. Because we were looking at my belly and like where I am. The baby is sitting super low right now. Like we went and had a heartbeat done.
You were surprised at the placement, and I thought it was lower, and you were like, there's no way it's right there.
We were supposed to do a sonogram this week. That's what our plan was the last time we recorded, and we got a call the day before the sonogram that they needed to push it back because they scheduled me too early. So they weren't going to be able to see anything. They weren't going to be able to see everything they
fooled
to.
us.
Yeah, so we're pushed back on that a couple weeks, but they went ahead and let me come in and get the heartbeat because I was anxious. And
because you haven't felt movement yet. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, so I'm still not really feeling any movement. They said that was pretty normal for a first-time pregnancy, so they didn't seem worried about it. And her heartbeat's still going real strong. But yeah, finding her heartbeat was difficult because she's sitting super low. Like, she's sitting about where I used to feel like my right ovary if it was cramping.
Yeah, you were surprised because like I would rub your belly, at that area near your hip, and you were like, she's like in the middle. And I'm like, I don't think she is.
She wasn't. Like she was pretty much on my right hip.
Yeah.
And anyway, so it's just it's all really weird.
It is.
I don't really know what point I was making, but just if you hear me rambling, no, it's because it's all weird. I can't put my finger on it.
Here's something you guys can hear. Here's the heartbeat. I've got it right here if you guys want to check it out.
Is it going to sound right?
It should.
There's a lot of static and moving around. Sorry. It's just my iPhone.
Oh, I messed up. Sorry. Thought that was the volume. Oh, he's hitting the heavy bag.
Yeah, no, it sounds like she's knocking on a door.
Bah, boom.
I still think that's so cool. Oh, my heart skipped a beat. Yeah, so I was crying.
You were crying.
I was crying.
I could tell.
It was a nervous, cry laugh.
I wasn't at the disappointment because since they told us we wouldn't be able to see the baby, I was like,
well, they weren't going to let you in,
and they weren't going to let me in. They only let the father in right now, at least at our doctor, when you're going to have a sonogram, so you can see the baby too. So I was like, well, I'm just going to save the time off for when we actually get the sonogram in December.
Yeah, because it makes no sense for you to take time off to go sit in a parking lot.
And so they let her record the clip, and she sent it to me, and I could tell when she laughed. I was like, "Were you crying?" That was my next message to you, all caps. Were you crying?
Of course I was. I just felt so anxious.
She was so relieved to hear the heartbeat.
Well, and so the anatomy sonogram that we're supposed to have in a couple of weeks is the last scheduled sonogram unless
we ask for more.
Well, and so my cousin, who's a labor and delivery nurse, she said if for some reason the baby's back is to the sonogram when they take it and they can't see everything, they'll schedule us for another one. So this is our last or second to last, depending on what they can see on it, sonogram that's scheduled at, about 20, 21 weeks. And I was just like, you guys are crazy if you think I'm going to wait 20 more weeks to see my kid. I'm definitely going to get an elective one.
Yeah.
So
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's my new catchphrase. It's my overwhelmed catchphrase.
By the time we get like a few weeks away from the actual delivery and labor and stuff like that, that's all she's going to say. There's a lot. I'll be talking and I'll be like, oh, we're in week 22, blah, 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 blah. She's going to be like, yep, there's a lot.
There better not be as much by then. I better have some of this taken care of.
Should be fine.
Well, and it's funny. Like, we got the nursery up and I'm not even 20 weeks and it's almost done. Like, we need a mattress and a mattress cover and then to stock it. But my mom was asking us the last time we talked to her, she was like, so when do you want the nursery done by? And I was like, I don't know, like, I'd like to have it done by like 30, 34 weeks, somewhere in there. So in case she comes early, like, we got somewhere to put her when she comes home, which I didn't know about bassinets and them like sleeping with you for the first few months at that point. But now we know about that. But I'm just laughing because I'm like, we got the nursery almost together before 20 weeks. Like, I was worried we wouldn't get things accomplished. And
yeah, I mean, we've got all the
they're getting there.
Yeah, we've got all the big parts for the nursery. We need the mattress still, like we said earlier. But for the most part, aside from all the accessories that will go in there, like diaper stuff, like
clothing,
more
sheets.
clothing and sheets. Like, honestly, it's pretty much where it's gonna be. We didn't change it too much from what it was before. Just little tweaks here and there. We took some stuff out. We still got some things to take out, and we're going to hang up a few pictures. But we're not doing like a whole themed room or anything like that.
No, it's definitely a themed room.
It is a themed room, but we're not going like super baby theme is, I guess, what I mean.
I mean, but to me, it still feels very baby friendly. Like it, and I set that room up originally because we knew we wanted kids, and I was kind of always.
That would turn into the nursery.
Yeah, it was kind of, when I originally decorated, I was like, I want something that's an easy conversion for us because I know how easily I get overwhelmed. And I was like, I need a quick, easy, I need to make things easier for myself in the future. So,
yeah. And
it seemed like it worked.
I'd say you did a great job.
Thank you.
You did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So we're in week 18. Cucumber. You have a cucumber.
I have. That's so weird because it was an onion last week, and I think of an onion as much bigger baby mass than a cucumber.
You ever seen, dude? Some cucumbers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I thinking of zucchini? Maybe I'm thinking of zucchini.
I think you're a zucchini. Yeah. You don't like cucumbers, so you never see them.
5.5 inches, roughly, and 5 to 6.5 ounces. You have 22 weeks to go.
Gosh.
It's just.
That's so
it's just
weird.
Going by.
It's so weird. I feel like we were 5 weeks pregnant, like 2 weeks ago.
Fingerprints, you're one of a kind. Baby is truly one of a kind now with unique fingerprints. So the fingerprints were forming last week. This week, the fingerprints are there.
Cool. Don't get in trouble, little one. They can find you.
Right. We're going to keep you off the grid. Don't worry. Off the grid babies. That should be like a new TLC show, Off the Grid Babies.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're putting yourself on TV. Like, I was podcasting with a friend just this past week, and the subject of doomsday preppers came up, and he used to work in the gun industry, and he was like people I knew and people that I had sold things to were on the doomsday prepper show, and it's just kind of like, isn't that going against being a doomsday prepper? Now everybody knows your setup.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I've watched that show before too, and it's fascinating.
But here's the thing. If you were to set up Babies Off the Grid TV show, I guarantee you'd have a line out the door of people waiting to get on that TV show.
Yeah, the thing that goes against exactly what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on TV though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so silly. So tiny fingerprints. So yes, like you just said, don't get in trouble. Just chill. Chill, little one. Chill.
She can't hear you.
No, she can't.
You're too far away.
Hey!
You gotta talk right at it.
You better be good. Nerve protection.
Hey, I gotta take a bathroom break.
Oh, is it the Dunkin Donuts bathroom break?
No, I just have to pee.
No. I mean it's sponsored by Dunkin Donuts. Public sponsored it last week. So it's this week is the Dunkin Donut pee break.
Okay, that's it. Sure.
Go for it.
Bye.
Thank you, Dunkin Donuts.
Yes. Lovely break.
When you got to run to the bathroom, think about Dunkin next time.
And a strawberry frosted donut
with ghost pepper for your baby.
Both. We had both.
We did. Pink frosting for the girl.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
I've actually always loved that donut. The strawberry frosted donut
with no sprinkles.
With no sprinkles. I remember being a child eating that donut.
I never got into strawberry frosted. I honestly, I think I ate mostly like sour cream donuts and regular donuts as a kid.
Well, and it was weird.
Dog
chewing a bone.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, we only had one Dunkin' in town when I was a kid, and it was on the other side of town.
So it was a treat.
So, well, no, we had the little kiosks inside the convenience store that had Dunkin' Donuts in them, and so that's where I got most of my donuts as a kid because it was like. Sorry, I had to throw that bone.
That's okay.
It was right near the house, so that was where we'd stop on the way to school.
She's bringing it right back to you.
She's not going to put it up against my chair again. She's like clanging the bone off the metal on the bottom of my chair. Cling, 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 cling.
She does that to me when I work.
She's propping it up.
It's honestly, she does that when I work, and it's such a normal thing now. It's not even it doesn't even bother me. Like it's just white noise in the background.
Yeah. Here's what I won't take: Krispy Kreme money. I'm not going to take your money. Sorry.
See, I grew up with Krispy Kreme. It's not my favorite donut. Dunkin's are my favorite donuts, but I grew up.
Your town has that old school Krispy Kreme though. That old style. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like where they're from or whatever.
It's one of it. Like when you look at it, it looks like an old diner.
Yeah, I mean they're on every corner. Like they're as plentiful as Waffle Houses and McDonald's.
I guess I'm thinking about the one near the interstate in particular, the really old looking one.
Yeah. That Krispy Kreme is not as good as Dunkin' to me, and I grew up like doing Krispy Kreme like box sales and stuff like that.
I know people that listen to this that are going to be like they're going to be giving us crap about
Most Southerners are all Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme diehards.
Yeah. And we are not. I married the right man because he gets the right donuts.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
It's all about the donuts.
Listen up, audience. Yeah, you did. Where were we at? Nerve protection. Myelin, Myelin. A protective insulation is starting to form around your baby's to-be nerves. This covering continues to grow until your baby's first birthday. Uh-oh. Something we already know. Girl and boy parts defined. Having a girl, the fallopian tubes and uterus are now in proper position. A boy, genitals may be visible on the next ultrasound.
You asked me when we get to the sonogram, you're like, what if she's a boy?
What if it ends? Yeah, well, I was thinking about
I was like, babe, we had her genetics tested, her chromosomes.
You think that's fail-proof?
I mean, I would think it's as fail-proof as birth control, which is pretty is pretty fallible. So
a lot of people were surprised. Even current mothers were surprised that we found out the sex so early.
But every person that's pregnant alongside me right now, that's our friend, is finding out the sex just at the same time we did.
Oh, okay.
Because, most of my friends are in their 30s, so they're getting some of the genetic testing we got done just to make sure everything's okay. But like your stepsister found out at the same time we did, along in her pregnancy, and my friend that's pregnant, like right alongside me.
It's raining girls in my.
It's raining girls everywhere
in my family, and I think everybody we know that's pregnant right now is with a girl, right?
Mm-hmm. As far as I know, everybody that is currently pregnant, I think is all girls.
Man, if this were like, I'm not going to go there. I'm thinking about the shows we've been watching and stuff like that. Just old Asian culture, basically.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're watching.
We'd be in trouble.
We're watching a zombie medieval Korean like television show on Netflix that is amazing.
Called Kingdom.
Yeah, if you're in, this is brought to you by Netflix as well. But yeah, if you're into zombie shows at all, it's like
Netflix, because when you're pregnant, you're going to be watching a ton of it.
Yeah, it's during a pandemic for sure. Yeah, if you're into Walking Dead at all, this is better. As long as you don't mind subtitles. But I guess they dub it too. If you don't like subtitles, they'll dub it. I don't prefer that because I like the original actors to talk.
Yeah, you can change the audio. You can and listen to the overdubbed English. Or honestly, to me, it feels better to listen to the original actors because they're so good.
Yeah, like they're conveying emotion perfectly, and like the dubbed actors are good, but it's slightly different.
We watched one episode dubbed and we just went back to subtitles.
Yeah.
And you can tell a lot more of what's going on too, because you're having to read along with it a little bit. But I would say it's shot on a level, on like a Game of Thrones type of level.
Yeah.
Like there's just that much.
It's
really
an epic
cool
story.
Yeah, really cool, like feudal Korea politics going on. So
it's so neat too, because when I got my degree, it was a history degree, and I did a lot of focus in medieval China and Japan. Nothing about Korea though, so I'm like in a whole new world. Like,
we got to get you a couple of books, like a couple of historical books on Korea.
I'm so interested now.
I mean, it was all happening around the same time as feudal Japan with all the samurais and stuff like that. Like they're even going through some of the battles they went through. Like,
it's so neat.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's steer back.
I'm going back to my app.
Let's steer back to the baby.
Okay.
Here we go. Baby
like
is,
she's not going to learn about feudal Korea.
Yeah, she's going to, whether she wants to or not, I guess, right? Baby is yawning at about 5.5 inches long from the crown to the rump, and 5 to 6.5 ounces in weight, about the size of a boneless chicken breast.
What?
About the size of a boneless chicken breast you're making for dinner. Oof.
Oh my
Weird.
God.
You just went dark on us what to expect. Jeez.
Why are we eating the baby?
Your baby. It is kingdom. We're living in kingdom.
Oh Lord.
Your baby may be large enough now, or any time in the next few weeks, for you to start feeling her twisting, rolling, kicking, and punching her way around the womb. Jeez. Punching her way
Please
around
don't
the womb.
punch.
So
I love you.
It's like the Tasmanian devil. You just see fists and feet and just a little blur in between. And now for the skill of the week. Now it's all you can picture is a little Tasmanian devil.
A little tornado with arms and legs and little stars popping out. I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness.
I'll get it together.
Pull it together, woman.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to take a sip while you're doing it. This sip brought to you by Dunkin.
Let me recover. Holy cow. All right, I'm here. I'm back.
Maybe we change the title of the episode now. And now for the skill of the week. The art of the yawn has been mastered by your baby, along with hiccuping, which you may feel soon too. In fact, you might catch a glimpse of the adorable yawn and all the other fetal movements at your ultrasound this month.
So this is something we need to look into this week, because I'm curious about it. Is how do they hiccup and yawn in amniotic fluid? And I know we've read it before.
Well, I'm trying not to yawn right now, but a yawn doesn't require you to breathe in and out.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. But I mean, like, I think their lungs are filled with the amniotic fluid at first, right?
Yeah.
And they're deflated. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're deflated.
Deflated. And then when they come out and take their first breath, that's when they inflate.
I think it's just the motions of it.
But it's so weird. But like, okay, if they're hiccuping, like you definitely breathe when you hiccup. So I need to look into that, because I know like blood is what's giving them oxygen, not breathing.
Right.
So it's so weird to me.
Well, I'm sure too, like, think about when you've got the hiccups, like, what do? You hold your breath and you hold still, right? Because the movement, like your diaphragm can still what is it called? Spasm. If you move, like, and not breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine it's more so just doing with the diaphragm. Like, you don't have to be breathing to hiccup.
This is also interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you looked at that video the other day where the lady was doing a Play-Doh C-section with her kid. This lady made
I
a
had
whole.
shut that out of my mind, and now it's back.
Nope, it's back. This lady made a whole uterus, womb, tummy
Layered,
like with saran wrap and everything to cut through with her kid, like with the muscles and the uterus and the lining. And she stuck a Spider-Man baby in a balloon for the
friend of ours tweeted it to our at PM Prepared Pod account.
That's amazing.
And
it was really cool, but also very disturbing.
But I think I was more disturbed by the fact that, like, and I get that she was educating the child, but the child was there digging its hands into, and I'm like, oh my God,
You need gloves.
Like,
I know it's Play-Doh, but you need gloves.
you need an education. You need a diploma.
No, that kid's gonna get stuck in the Mad Max apocalyptic afterworld and have to deliver a baby and be like, I got this. My mom taught me about it.
My mom showed me with Play-Doh. Oh my God.
It was educational, jarring, and so fascinating.
And you were like, let's hope for a regular birth.
Yes. Yes.
Because what they did leave out was having to pull all the intestines out of the way.
Well, and I don't know. I've heard that that's part of it. I am not a doctor, so I
imagine it has more to do with whether it's a planned or an emergency.
Probably, and
I bet emergency gets a little messier.
Yeah, and I mean, also it could just be placement of baby, how the person's organs line up, because I mean, everybody's generally the same, but everybody's a little different. So, have you ever heard of people that have their organs reversed?
I've heard that that's a thing.
Yeah, it's like 1 in a billion, but
maybe I'm one of those.
Everything's on the opposite side of where it should be.
No, I'm definitely not one.
No, you're not. You know where your gallbladder is. You're fine. Yeah. That's so cool to me, though. Anyway, side note.
Sideshow freaks.
Random, just trail off. There we go.
I'm just gonna let that fizzle.
Hang in the air there awkwardly.
18 weeks pregnant is how many months? If you're 18 weeks pregnant, you're in month 5.
Oh God! Every time they say that kind of stuff, my stomach drops.
Only 4 months left to go.
Oh my God!
Still have questions? A ton of questions.
So many questions.
So many questions. You can click on this. No, I'm not clicking on your link. I'm just gonna.
Oh, they just want to tell us how trimesters and months are broken down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know how a calendar works.
Smart Alec.
Come on, get yourself on the board some more.
No. Plus, that one wouldn't have got me on the board because Bart Simpson can say it.
Okay. Let's see. Something you won't see on your ultrasound, but you'll learn in working order is your baby's nervous system, which is maturing rapidly when you're 18 weeks pregnant. A network of nerves now covered with a substance called myelin that helps speed messages from nerve cell to nerve cell are forming more complex connections. And those in the brain are further developing into ones that serve the senses touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. Speaking of hearing, your baby's growing more acute, making your little one more conscious of sounds that come from inside your body, which means you could both be listening to each other hiccup or yell at dogs or
oh God, this
sing.
poor kid's first word is going to be no, stop.
Or shut up when you're telling me to shut up.
I don't tell you to shut up. Shush.
I'm joking.
I say shush.
You said shush. See, I do not tell you to shut up. Shut up.
What was I about to tell you? Oh yeah, I've been playing music full blast in the car when I go to my Dunkin Donuts run. Dunkin Donuts, America's Donut. Yeah, she was definitely singing along to some Aretha and Whitney Houston on the way back. So,
what you want, baby? I got it.
Yeah. What you need? Do you know I got it? Sorry. Yeah, we're trying to talk to her. We're trying to be mindful of how much we yell at the dogs. It's not working.
I announce myself when I enter rooms.
Child,
I am here. I have arrived. I was like, and I was asking you the other day, I was like, what is she going to think of my voice when she hears it outside the womb?
It's going to be startling. She's going to make, nobody can see me, but you can. She's going to make this face every time you start talking.
Like I just ate a lemon face.
It's abrasive.
Yeah, it's really loud. Must you yell? That'll be her first phrase. Must you yell? Must you be yelling?
I'm I'm going to teach her that one.
Must say it with me. Must you yell?
I'm oh God. The honesty that's going to come from the child is kind of terrifying to me.
I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to tell her to keep it up.
She's going to look at both of us and be like, you both really love to hear yourself talk, don't you?
Keep
you know
it
we
up.
could just like be quiet, right?
She's gonna come down to the studio the first time and see all the microphones. She's gonna be like, nah, this makes sense.
This makes a lot of sense.
This is great. What have I been born into? This is exactly what I thought it was.
I want you to keep the beard. And then I want you around like 1 or 2, maybe like 1 years old.
Clean shave it?
Shave it and just freak her out.
You're going to make the baby cry. I've seen
Probably.
videos of babies crying when their dad walks in after shaving the beard off, which is all they've known. I've seen like older kids, like dads that have had beards their kids' entire lives, and they're like 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And they're like, who are you?
I don't like it.
I don't know you. At 18 weeks, your baby is about the length of a cucumber, and your uterus is around the size of a sweet potato.
That doesn't make sense. One is much bigger than the other. At my grocery store, at least.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the nostalgia stuff? I'm going to look that up.
Look that up.
Because sometimes that seems like it's probably more accurate. I don't know.
See how you're working your way through the produce department? I hate this. Whoever wrote this.
The movie and TV props baby size comparison is the red stapler from Office Space.
Stapler.
And the 80s and 90s nostalgia is a Kodak disposable camera.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm like, okay, both of those seem about the right size to be like, those are about the same size. So to me, that seems more accurate than a cucumber.
Man. It can be felt about 1 and 1.5 inches below your belly button. So have a feel. Oh yeah, you were saying the other day how your uterus feels like hard.
Yeah.
Like you're like, it feels weird. I'm used to being squishy, like right there.
Yeah, I'm a little squishy around the midsection, and it's like there's no give anymore.
Like it's yeah. Ugh, it's weird.
So
right?
weird. I'm telling you, my body feels like an alien is completely taken over. Like, none of this is mine anymore. It's just like working independently of anything I've ever done.
Wow.
It's so weird.
Wow.
And not to mention the hormones that are just driving my brain in an absolute different direction.
Yeah, and cranked up the volume on your nose for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. You're 18 weeks pregnant, Bella. You've been taking progress pictures.
I have.
You haven't been putting them up, but I mean, you're taking them for yourself, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they all look good in the end, I might do like a progress frame of some sort. I don't know, or a flip book, like they have those snap books or whatever.
Yeah.
That might be cool.
Yeah, that might be neat.
Ooh, make a flip book. You see the little belly girl. Yeah.
Just make a Mario sound.
Can you attach a little like those cards that you open up and play music? Can you attach one of those to my flip book?
Maybe.
That'd be cool. We should market that.
We should try.
So put it on Etsy. Make $1 million.
Dude, this coffee has so many grounds.
It does. It's because it's not cold brew. It's
not. All right.
Yeah. My doctor told me I could have coffee. By the way, nobody yell at me. I have a much smaller coffee than he has.
I have a giant coffee. It's great.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think I'm going to save half of this for tomorrow too.
I probably will do the same. I'm a little tweaky right now.
Sugar talking.
When you're 18 weeks pregnant, you'll likely look noticeably pregnant since your baby and uterus are growing rapidly. But remember that every woman is different, as is each pregnancy. So this far along, some still might have small bumps, while others have I can't talk. Others have popped a lot.
You told me yesterday I looked very pregnant.
It was the way you were holding one of the dogs and you were talking to me. And like you were then kissing on the baby, and I think you just kind of slouched in a way that made your baby
Belly.
bump look bigger.
Yeah. But so I feel like I don't look too pregnant, but only because, like I've said before, I carry my weight in my midsection. So I feel like I don't look that different. I feel very different.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I can tell the difference.
I bet you can.
For sure. And
I'm in denial.
Your week to week, your week to week pictures. It's noticeable. Like it's interesting to see everything shift, right?
It's so weird.
Something near and dear to you, your back aches. Something else you might be feeling right now is back pain. How's your back doing?
It's okay. It's better than I expected it to be. So I haven't knock on some wood around here. It's been okay. I'm trying to be real careful about it because I slipped a disc a few years back, and that thing loves to just ruin my day.
Yeah.
Occasionally. So
we've been careful. You didn't ask about the inversion table. For some reason, I don't think that's a good idea. But
I haven't used it, but we need to ask about that when we go back to the doctor.
That's what you meant to ask.
I meant to ask, and I totally forgot. Yeah. But I haven't needed it really, which is good.
Well, we do have an internet machine in front of us. We could check.
I think we checked it once, and they were like, "It's probably not a good idea." So we probably have our answer.
When the internet uses probably, you might want to consult a professional.
That was my thought process too.
Let's see. Your growing uterus shifts your center of gravity, which you said you felt.
Oh yeah.
You felt the fact that like your body is balanced differently.
Yeah.
Which I guess that shifting what you're used to for your entire life has to be contributed toward making you clumsy, right? Like it has to feel like.
You're calling me clumsy right now?
I'm not calling you clumsy. I'm just saying like all of a sudden you're going to feel probably more clumsy than you may already feel.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel it's not disoriented because it's not like in my head, but like I feel off kilter, I guess. That's a good way to put it. I don't know.
Like I'm wondering how like your inner ears adjust to that because your inner ears are used to balancing you a certain way.
Some women get vertigo.
Really bad vertigo, right?
Yeah. So far I've been okay. Again, knock on wood. Headaches have been my big burden. Oh God, the headaches. And I thought they were over from the first trimester. I got a nice monster one the other night.
Last night, actually.
Was it last night?
No, night before last. Yeah. I was having to massage your head. We have a special like bandana that we tie tight around our heads.
It used to be our hangover bandana,
right?
now it's Krista's pregnancy bandana.
Yeah. Pregover.
Our pregover bandana. But yeah, I mean, I feel. I am using more handrails and banisters, and
you're supporting yourself a good bit.
Yeah, and I mean, part of that is just being extra cautious with my back too, because I've thrown my back out reaching for a hairbrush in a drawer before. Right. So
well, also like if you don't, you've noticed that if you like do things a certain way, those round ligaments also pop you pretty good.
I was talking about that with the like grabbing the puppy yesterday. Yeah. Like, whoa, those things are.
And it just feels weird, like you were saying a few weeks ago, you're like, it's like when you get started, like when you take off to run a little too fast and one of your ligaments kind of pops on you and you're like, whoa.
They don't even not even pop, but they just go, wait a second. Like it's like your ligament like grabs your leash and goes,
a little too much.
Yeah. One of my coworkers, she has 2 kids now. And I think she said in her second pregnancy around 20 weeks, she pulled a stomach muscle doing yoga or something. And
God.
That's what
Pilates. That's what you did. Pilates.
Yeah, something like that. But that's what I was scared happened yesterday when I grabbed the puppy, is I had pulled one of like my obliques, and I was like, "Oh, are we okay? Are we okay? How bad is this going to hurt for 3 weeks?" But it's fine, thank God.
Let's see. Your center of gravity shifted, which means your lower back is pulled forward while your abdomen is thrust out. Good for tipping off the guy who got what? Oh my God!
Don't read it. It's just going to make you mad.
Good for tipping off the guy who got the last seat on the bus that you're pregnant, and bad for your back muscles.
Let us write for you what to expect. Let us do it.
Couple that
we're just grabbing on the app that's walking us through pregnancy all the time. We shouldn't do that.
This is us, right? This is what we do.
We appreciate your help. Now we're gonna be rude about what you've done.
Thanks for this free service.
Yeah.
Let me complain. Couple that with here's the thing. I love the app. I love the information. I just the writing. The writing sometimes makes you close your eyes and kind of go. Ugh.
The quippiness.
But I bet so many more people enjoy it than we do.
It's probably true.
Let's see. Couple that with the changes that the pregnancy hormone relaxin is instituting, namely relaxing all your ligaments, including those that attach your pelvic bones to your spine, and loosening joints, and that leaves you with backaches and pains, not to mention shifting posture. Reduce the pain by using a footrest to elevate your feet slightly when sitting. When standing, place one foot on a low stool, and when possible, take some pressure off your lower back. A long, warm bath can also do wonders. I
got bath plugs on our Amazon. I think I already talked about this on the podcast.
You talked about it last week. Yeah,
baths are coming.
And if your back pain just won't quit, talk to your practitioner.
Yeah.
Your heartburn hasn't been bad. You've had one once or twice, right?
Yeah, once or twice, but not terrible. I feel like I've had less heartburn
it
during
hasn't been
pregnancy.
the overwhelming thing that people are like, you're going to get so much heartburn.
Well, I mean, and I think that my diet before pregnancy was just not great at all. And I've been way more conscious of what I'm eating with her on board. So I think that kind of resolved itself a little.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Let's see. Here's the symptoms for week 18. Fetal movement.
Kick that dog out of here.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
You can't get up there.
Stop that.
She's been very
needy.
Your symptoms: fetal movement. If you've noticed an unusual rumbling in your tummy these days, you may be starting to feel your baby's movements in the womb.
No,
but don't worry.
Don't rub it in.
You haven't felt anything out of the ordinary. It may take a few more weeks before you can pinpoint those first kicks. So stop freaking out.
I'm not freaking out a little.
We'll just be sitting there and watching TV or having dinner, and she'll just be like, I haven't felt her move yet. I'm like, you just said that 10 minutes ago. Yes, I know.
And there was a point where I thought I'd felt her move twice, but that was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I haven't felt anything since. So,
finding it hard to contain those gas bubbles? Try to relax. Tension can cause you to swallow air, which can only adds to the problem. Bloating and gas. I think they're talking to our dogs, though.
I swear it wasn't me.
Now this seems like it's something that might be along your lines. Leg cramps. Have you had any leg cramps?
Okay, so they haven't been like cramping per se, but I've got restless legs so bad right now.
Yeah, you've been having a really tough time on the couch, like getting comfortable.
Oh yeah,
just a lot of movement,
kicking my legs, like having to move a lot. I move when I sleep a lot right now too. Like
oh yeah, and coupled with that giant maternity pillow you have.
Yeah, because apparently
I'm like on the edge of the bed.
I was worried that you didn't have a whole lot of it because we have a queen.
It's fine.
We need a king.
I actually slept better last night than I have in a long time, but I did wake up on the edge of the bed.
I saw that. I got up to use the bathroom at early o'clock and I saw you kind of huddled on the corner. So I tried to move the pillow over more to my side and give you some room because I felt horrible. But so my cousin who's a labor and delivery nurse, she was like, yeah, you can't sleep on your back after like 20 weeks. I'm at 18 now because of a nerve in your back that'll start to get pinched from the pressure of everything shifting. And it can like make your legs go numb and all this other stuff. And then I think it was like a blood flow thing for the baby too, because of the shifting organ. So you're supposed to sleep on your side, preferably your left side.
What you've been doing.
I've been trying, but like, dude, that will wear your shoulder out. And my hips aren't that great either. And that's like.
Has the maternity pillow helped the shoulder the past couple of nights? You've just started using it really hard the past couple of nights.
Yeah, I think it's helping, but it's like kind of hard to tell just because everything's so sore from already like trying to adjust. So
we get you one of those. I mean, they're expensive, but they've got those like those memory foam pillows that are kind of like half your body length, and they've got the arm cut out in them, so you can slide.
The cuddle pillow.
Well, they're kind of like a cuddle pillow, but it basically just creates a tunnel that won't collapse on your shoulder. So it's like you're actually. You got it basically puts no weight on your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's down.
And I think if I like lay on the maternity pillow right, it'll do that. It's just, I'm so used to sleeping on my back. I kind of revert back to that in the middle of the night. And then I'll like half wake up and turn over again and not do it right. And then I'm like.
You're back on the shoulder.
I'm just back on my shoulder. So yeah.
It's hard to do when you're half asleep.
It is.
It's very hard to do. But you've been trying different things. You've been trying to get more comfortable. It's just what it is.
You do what you can.
You just kind of push through it, right?
I mean, and it's not that bad. Like, I'm still getting sleep. It's just, you adjust your sleep times. You go to bed a little earlier. You just try. Try real hard. It's so hard.
I don't know if you've had too much of this. I mean, you did have an injured foot, but edema, swelling of the feet and ankles.
Not yet. Independent of the injury, no. I hadn't had a whole lot of that yet.
And then stretch marks, really not so much.
Not so much. But I mean, I probably if I gain a little more than what we expect, I'll get them pretty easily.
Are you doing like are you going to be doing the cream?
Once I get bigger, yeah, I'm gonna try to prevent as much as I can. But
do we need to have that cream ready?
I mean, dude, we got a minute.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it's better to condition your skin ahead of time. I don't know. Like.
Yeah, I mean, of course it is. There's plenty we need to get. Don't freak me out. I got enough to worry about.
Mom? Do you have the thing with the thing?
Oh my God.
What about this one?
Was it my mom? My mom was worried about the other day. Oh, we went. Okay, we were thinking about doing. So we were meeting with a midwife, and we're thinking about going the midwife route because I'm an anxious mess, and they'll stay with me and hold my hand.
Wait, you're talking about the midwife or the doula?
Well, I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
And a friend of ours used a doula too, so they were suggesting that as well. And my mom is concerned because she's like, "You're not going to have a doctor." And I'm like, "Well, the doctor's at the hospital in case anything is wrong, but midwives are licensed nurses and extra licensed on top of that. They're medical professionals. Like they deliver babies every day, all day."
So what if you choose not to do a midwife? What does that mean? That means
then you'll have a doctor and nurses, but the doctor's on call at the hospital, so they come in and check you a couple times, and they usually come in when you're ready to deliver. If they can make it in time. My cousin that's a labor and delivery nurse says half the time the nurses are delivering the baby. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's just midwives are a little more hands-on, unless there's a problem, and then you go to a doctor. Like if you end up needing an emergency C-section or you start bleeding or something horrific that I'm worried about.
I'm just picturing a doctor kicked back with a Dunkin Donuts and a coffee. Watching Netflix.
I mean,
let me just roll it all in here.
I promise that's not what they're doing. They got a hospital full of people
they're like,
to worry about.
They're like, we're having a problem here. He's like,
I'm worried. Like, okay,
putting all this stuff down.
One thing, you're about to lose your coffee, by the way.
Pausing his Netflix.
The one thing I'm worried about is we got so many pandemic babies coming around. How busy is the maternity ward going to be when we're due?
I don't know. We got pregnant later in the pandemic, so hopefully not too bad. But I mean, I guess
I know currently.
I'm gonna. Here's what I'm picturing in my head. I'm gonna be in the room by myself, like, where's everybody at?
No, the nurses are there with you.
Where's everybody at?
Yeah.
Like, this is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. And you're gonna be like, it's coming out. I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
So I was talking
hands
to
out. Oh God.
My cousin that's a labor and delivery nurse. I was asking her opinion on a doula, and she's like, I just think they're expensive, and your husband and the nurses can do all that for you. And I was like, so do your husband, the husband of a nurse, and your nurse friends treat me this, like, do all those people come help me and my husband, because we don't know what we're doing like all of y'all do. I was like, your husband's had 9 months of preparation from a nurse that specializes in this.
Well, let's also talk about the fact that she's a delivery nurse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, not even just the friend part, but in her mind, she knows what's going on too.
And I don't, and you don't, and she was able to like hand pick the nurses that assisted with her delivery, and I'm gonna be like, who's here?
Yeah, her nurses were more like bridesmaids, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I
will you be my delivery nurse?
I wanted to, like,
I need you to buy a dress that looks like this.
I wanted her opinion, of course, because I trust her, but I'm also
scrub
like,
color for your delivery.
We're all gonna be in lavender.
Lavender scrubs, everybody.
But I want her opinion because obviously I trust her expertise, but I also am taking it with like I need to also put myself in her shoes for where her opinion comes from.
Yeah, she's got a very different, very different,
experience.
Different birthing experience, but just a different, she probably had a way different mindset going into it than someone like you or someone who's not a delivery nurse would have.
And like, I know she was nervous still because she has a great idea of everything that can go on. So she had probably too much information.
Well, she's also like a super tiny person.
Yeah. That's not me.
Yeah,
not
she's like probably one of the smaller people I know.
Yeah, I would say so. Like she's like 5'1"ish.
She's very, very short and very, very small framed.
Yeah. So, she was all baby. But so anyway, we got that opinion, and okay. So I was telling a story about my mom. I got off track. Sorry. No, I wandered too. So I was telling my mom we were thinking about going the midwife route, and she was questioning like, well, where would the doctor be? And I was like, on call, but like he wouldn't assist unless something went wrong. The midwife is licensed. Like they do this all the time. We don't know that we're going to go this route yet. I'm looking into it. And my mom was like, what about your hips? What about your back? Like, what is a midwife going to do when you're pushing, your back goes out? And I'm like, okay. So the doctor's an OB, not an orthopedic. Like if my back goes out, the OB's not going to know what to do either. They're just going to make sure the baby doesn't die.
You got off the phone with your mother.
I told her, I said, Mom, this is something I'm not worried about right now. If you're worried about it, you need to call Jeremy. I was like, I can't handle this.
You got off the phone so frustrated. I was like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "My mom thinks that when I give birth, my hips and legs are gonna go flying off my body." And you like left the room. You left the room. I was just picturing an action figure blowing apart.
Yeah, it's like just a G.I. Joe. Just you pop the legs off and throw them across the room.
That would be weird.
It would be weird.
That would be very odd.
We really hope that doesn't happen.
That would be terrifying.
Oh man, yeah. The ladies in my life, I'm having to put up a couple boundaries on the horrific things they're imagining that we talk about together right now at this stage in my life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're having to like. It's an interesting balance of being like, look, I want to talk to you about this, but I don't want you to freak me out about things.
Please, and thank you. I'm freaking myself out enough on my own. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but I mean, it'll be fine. I think. I mean,
I like.
It's so easy to hear horror stories, and it's so easy for people that really, really, really love you to anticipate bad things because they don't want bad things to happen.
They want you to be prepared.
But also, like when you're talking to a friend or a family member, and this is for anybody that's listening, keep in mind that your fears sometimes don't need to be laid upon the person you're worried about.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Like when I first, so for example, when I first graduated high school. And I was going to getting ready to go to my first day of classes in college. I still lived here, in my hometown, and my dad called me like the day before and was like, "I had a dream you were on your way to your first day of college and I got into a really bad car accident." I was like, "I haven't gone to my first day of college yet." So like,
oh no!
In my head, the entire way I'm just like 10 and 2.
Did Dad have a premonition? Yeah.
5 under the speed limit.
Oh,
some weird
God.
like final destination is about to happen to me.
You almost got there.
Like, don't do that to people. Let them get through that day and then be like, "Oh man, I totally had a dream that your first." Tell me later.
Yeah.
Or don't tell me at all. How about that?
Yeah. If it didn't happen, really no need to worry about it.
Some people think they're helping when they're like, "Oh, I'm worrying with you." It's like, no, I need you to comfort me.
Yeah. I need you to tell me everything's all right. Please and thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would freak me out because your first drive to college was a long one.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was here in town.
Oh, okay. That one. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the other one.
No, the other one was, that was later. And that was because.
Did he have a worse dream that time?
I think I was living a nightmare the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah. Try to keep a long distance relationship going with someone that doesn't care about you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking about the time you went to college with me, and I was about to be
no.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
No, this was when I was going to college in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Anyway, let's see.
We're opening old wounds, y'all.
I know. Let's tips for the week.
Let's talk about our daughter. Yay.
Tips for the week. All right.
I laugh at your pain much.
If we see, here's the thing you'll learn about us as you listen to this podcast.
Or you won't.
Or you might not. The longer we sit in front of these microphones, the more likely we're going to revert to going to something that's not baby related.
Because we don't have a lot of baby experience yet, y'all.
We meander a good bit.
This is why this should be a 30-minute podcast.
Dude, I remember when we started this, it was like, all right, all we have to do is 30-minute minimum.
We hit 38 minutes. Ooh,
now we're at an hour and a half. It's great.
Oh, Jesus. We just talked about nothing.
Tips for you this week as we wrap things up here. Dizziness is normal during pregnancy. Progesterone increases in the flow of blood to your baby, resulting in lower blood pressure and reduced blood flow to your brain.
Oh, God.
Giving you that feeling, dizzy feeling all over.
Is that why I can't find my words?
Probably. It's probably why you can't find your feet sometimes. To stave off the dizziness, always move from lying or sitting position to standing slowly.
Sorry.
they exploded off my body.
Okay, I'm back.
The nurses hand you your baby and they're like, all right, we're gonna go find your left foot. We'll be right back.
I might have to pee again. You're gonna make me pee myself.
Okay. Get ready for relaxing.
Man, that stupid ass hormone. I appreciate it. So I need it, but it's really, really doing me in right now.
During the second trimester, your body releases relaxin, a hormone that loosens ligaments and hold bones together, resulting in achy pelvis and hips, which you already have, and maybe bigger feet. Whoa.
How can my feet get bigger?
Yeah.
I got clown shoe feet, man.
Yeah. They get bigger so they can find them after they blow off in the delivery room.
I had a nickname at one of my college jobs. It was so mean, but so funny. And so I'll still share it. One of my coworkers used to call me Man Feet.
Old man feet.
Old Man Feet.
How dare you?
It's pretty funny. I always gave him credit at how funny it was.
You may be cursing it now, but when you're trying to push out your baby's impossibly big head.
Shut
is
up.
What it said.
Is it really say that?
Impossibly
what is
big.
wrong with them?
Look at it right here.
They don't even know my husband.
Impossibly big head.
Okay, so we've been talking about trying to avoid a C-section, but every time I look at your big planet-sized head, I'm just like, I'm just thinking it's probably for the best, man.
Yeah, how much of that cucumber is head right now?
It's like
your baby's the size of a cucumber, but the head is the size of an onion right now.
It's probably true. Oh my God. Maybe they can measure her skull at the anatomy scan and be like, yeah, you're just going to want to go ahead and schedule that C-section.
Yeah. Yeah. We suggest you get nets for catching your legs when they blow off. We got like
I
pregnancy.
really do have to pee. You can't keep doing that.
Here we go. As the name implies, relaxin relaxes the body's muscles, joints, and ligaments. Not surprisingly, the effect centers on the joints and pelvis, allowing them to stretch during delivery. Also, some tips, and we're going to do this week. Well, it might be hard, being that it's Thanksgiving week coming up, but now's a great time in your pregnancy to interview potential pediatricians.
Oh, yeah.
Ask a lot of questions on topics like appointment availability, hospital affiliations, vaccines, and circumcision. Well, we're not worried about circumcision. Let's see.
Unless the genetic screen was wrong.
Yeah, true. Then we'll be worried about a lot more. Pump iron. Even red meat eaters can have a hard time getting enough iron from their diets. If you're someone who sticks to plant foods, you'll have to double your efforts to pump the iron. Food like beans, soy products, oat bran, barley, pumpkin seeds, dried fruits, spinach, seaweed, Jerusalem artichokes, and blackstrap molasses. I didn't even know blackstrap molasses had a bunch of iron in it, but all those have iron in them. But you'll also need to take extra iron supplement to make sure you're meeting your daily quota.
Got that on lock. Go get me some seaweed salad and shrimp tempura, please. Thank you.
Be wary of supplements. We're always wary of supplements anyway. You're not taking anything outside of what your doctor's recommending. Avoid certain workout moves. Oh, we're approaching this point now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No more ab exercises after 20 weeks.
These moves may work great when you're not pregnant, but don't even think about trying them now. Just say no to upside down bicycles.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's when you're laying on your back doing.
Well, it's when you lay on your back and you support your hips in the air. So like you put your shoulders hard into the ground and you
kind of like up kicking.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you basically your toes are trying to touch the light bulbs.
I got you.
Like
shoulder stands. So this is answering our question about the inversion
no
table.
upside down. Got it.
Shoulder stands or flat on your back positions for the after the 4th month. Okay, so no flat on your back position. So that's why they don't want you to sleep on your back too. Probably that you were talking about.
Probably. I got other questions on what that flat on your back stuff applies to. So I got another question for the doc when we get there. Family friendly.
Also off limits, deep knee bends, back bends, jumping, bouncing, or herky-jerky dancing.
Whoa.
That's all your dancing.
Oh,
no
man.
dancing.
Like even wiggles?
No herky-jerky.
Okay, but deep knee bends. So like squats?
That'd be a squat. That'd probably be a lunge, I would guess.
Yeah. What was the other one? Back bends. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to try damn back bend right now. Are you crazy?
Bends, jumping, bouncing, or herky-jerky dancing.
But okay, wait. So how do marathon runners get away with running right up till the day? I mean, I'm not a marathon runner. I'm not going to even try that, but I'm just curious. I guess their pelvic floor is like accustomed to the beating footsteps and stuff of the pavement.
Probably also depends on their form, right? Their running form.
I mean, yeah, speed walkers are going to get away with a lot more, but
I don't know. I didn't know there were marathon runners that ran while they're pregnant.
oh yeah.
It's probably not recommended.
They're not like competing. They're just like.
Well, here's what we
still
don't have
working
to worry
out.
about. We're not marathon runners, so
No,
I'm
not at
not
all.
worried about it.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just curious.
No herky jerky.
No herky jerky. Okay, so what about my like wiggles?
You're herking and jerking right now. You probably
I'm
shouldn't be.
barely even doing the twist.
Quit herking. Quit jerking. I don't think you should have any movement.
Do the twist.
I think all your dancing should be at your shoulders and up. That's it. You just be still.
I'm gonna do the Elaine the second we get up.
Okay, and the final thing is get ready for tiny kicks. Those first tiny kicks can be felt in many different ways. Anytime on average between 18 and week 22. Week 18 and week 22. As the merest flutter or more insistent slug. Ooh.
What? Like a punch, right?
Or as gas bubbles that aren't gas at all. Some of this has to do with the mom's size. If you're thinner, you're more likely to feel movements earlier.
Oh, okay. No wonder. Sorry.
Some of it has to do with your muscle tone. The laxer the uterine muscles, the easier it is to feel kicks, which is why second timers generally feel them sooner.
Oh yeah, my friend that's a week behind me, she felt them like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like she was just like immediately.
And her kid's like a year and a half old. So.
Yeah. Some of it has to do with your baby's position. And let's see, your baby's position. When the baby kicks facing in, it's more difficult to perceive the movement. So if the baby's facing out, you feel it more.
Oh, so, okay, if she's facing in and kicking and I'm not feeling it, that means her spine would probably be facing the sonogram. So we might get a twofer.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know.
You're being very hopeful right now.
I just want to see the kid, man.
A due date that's off can also throw off recognizing movements, recognizing that momentous first kick. Don't worry. There's no mistaking the real thing once your baby gets that technique down and gets big enough to pack a serious punch.
No. Don't talk about her like that, man.
That baby's going to be like Bruce Lee in there.
Layla Ali coming out of my uterus.
Gonna be Sparta kicking the outside of your belly.
Yeah, I'm sending her to jiu-jitsu. She's not gonna be a boxer.
It's gonna be great. I think I look forward to. I mean, I don't know. It obviously will depend on if she wants to go to that stuff, but I want to have her at least try it out. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh god, yeah, we're gonna have her try everything and see what sticks. Like,
yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna try to be one of those parents that like doesn't get mad if they're not into something, but I don't want her to be a quitter either. Like. You got to follow through with the things you commit to. If mommy committed you to something, that's something else. But yeah, like I did tap, ballet, gymnastics, like plenty of sports, all like music instruments. Like we were looking at all the toys on the registry and there's so many musical instruments. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. And
that was one thing I was making sure to reel you in on though. I was like, don't get crazy with the toys that she won't be able to pick up for a year.
No, these are just the musical like baby Einstein ones. Like that once they can sit on their own, they can like pound a piano like with their hands and make noise. You wanted to get drums. And I was like, that is an absolute no-go.
Yeah. Get her a drum set. She's going to be a drummer.
No, she's not. No.
You watch?
No.
Well, you're right. Neither of us have coordination enough to be a drummer, so.
You should speak for yourself. You don't know me from my previous life. I had all kinds of coordinations.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe
I was
you.
very good at musical instruments.
I don't believe you.
I was.
Whatsoever.
I was real good. I did string instruments. I did woodwinds.
We got to get out of here. We're holding our audience hostage right now. We're just babbling on and on. How long do you think our longest podcast is going to be before the baby's born?
4.5 hours.
Easy, right?
Yeah, easily.
Easy. It's coming, everybody.
And that'll be a
marathon.
Friday commute to a Monday commute listener.
There's a pause button, right?
Yeah,
you can
thank
pick
God.
up on it later, right?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, I want to thank you all for joining us and all that have joined us so far. It's been pretty cool.
Pretty princess?
I almost said a bad word. Pretty effing cool.
Oh.
I almost did it. It looks like we're ending with you on the board. I
think effing counts, but I just repeated it, so I'm still on the board.
Yep, there we go. I think this is the first time that. Oh no, I'm breaking my slump right now.
Yay!
So, welcome back to the club, the Winners Club.
I'm in the winner's circle.
The Winners Circle for having the potty mouth. But yeah, you guys have a good one. And as always, you can get in touch with us on
Pete
Twitter.
Unprepared.
punpreparedpod, at punpreparedpod.
I'm finally memorizing it.
That's right. Or you can write to us on Gmail, parentallyunprepared@gmail.com. On Gmail? I'm talking like an old person.
Hey, you're a dad now.
Also,
sort of. You're almost a dad.
This Dunkin coffee's got my brain
you
like.
Put that coffee in the fridge and revisit it later.
All right, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you next week. Be safe out there.
Peace out.